pops, let's pop off. What's popping, my lily pops? You're tuned in for episode 8 of the all natural lily pop growth series. Just in case you don't know, I do an episode every Wednesday where I detail how I grow and sustain my natural hair. I went from ear length to bra strap length, and I've always wanted to share my tips with you all, so that is what I do through this series. Today we're touching on how to both grow and sustain healthy protein sensitive hair. If you're not sure if you have protein sensitive hair, you don't know what that is, or you know that you do but you don't know what to do with it, don't worry, because we're touching on everything in this video. So just in case you don't know, protein sensitive hair just means that when a product that has protein in it, so there are store-bought protein treatments, there are protein treatments that people do at home with avocado, egg, mayonnaise, different things. When a protein treatment is applied to your hair, the strengthening effect of that treatment, of the protein that is in a product, causes your hair to become dry and brittle. A lot of the time people don't realize that they're protein sensitive, so this may be something that's worth looking into if you just find that your hair is always dry, or a lot of people classify their hair as hard. That's one of the more common things that I've heard from people. You actually may be protein sensitive. Let's hop straight into the first thing that helped me a ton, and as we continue on, I'll trickle in some jewels about protein sensitive hair altogether. So opting for protein conditioners as opposed to protein treatments really helped me with both growing and making sure that my hair was healthy and not damaged once I realized that I had protein sensitive hair. The reason I elected to choose protein conditioners is because they have a lighter amount of protein that are infused into them, and the primary ingredients in the product as well typically have more moisturizing properties that will create that great balance once you apply it to your hair. The thing with the actual protein treatment is that protein treatments are typically what people apply to their hair when they don't have protein sensitive hair, and also a lot of people tend to wait to apply a protein treatment once they've started noticing a lot of breakage, shedding, split ends, their hair is really dry, and things of that nature. At that point, you're pretty much trying to fix a problem, and protein treatments will even tell you on their packaging that they are intensive treatments. If you are just going on and maintaining the health of your hair, you do not need to apply an intensive treatment, which implies that something's going wrong with your hair. If nothing's going wrong with your hair, don't use a product that is geared towards repair. You get what I'm saying? But in my case, the reason that I found out I was protein sensitive is because I used a pretty popular protein treatment known as Affigy. The brand Affigy has a 2-step protein treatment. I'm not sure if it's 2 or 3 steps at this point, but at the time years ago when I used it, it was a 2-step process of applying a protein treatment to your hair in your home. So I did that, and immediately after applying the protein treatment, my hair was extremely dry. Included in that 2-step process was applying a moisturizing pack to my hair to make sure that I was replenishing moisture, but the protein treatment itself has stripped my hair so badly that my hair just ate that moisture up for breakfast. There was nothing that could repair it, and I ended up losing a lot of my hair because when protein is way too strong for your hair and you are protein sensitive, you will start noticing a lot of breakage. It's not light breakage like, oh, my hair is breaking, let me put something in it. It's like your hair is breaking, there's nothing you can do. You have to let it break until it feels like it's just ready to stop breaking. And it was just a horrible experience, but it was at that point that I realized that my hair had a negative reaction to a protein treatment. I let time pass, my hair started to get back in a better state, and then I tried an organic root stimulator banana strengthening pack that they used to sell at Walmart for like under $2. It just came in an individual pack. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. And again, that protein treatment was too strong for my hair, and so it took those 2 occasions for me to realize, okay, my hair has a negative reaction to a traditional protein treatment. This next tip may be a bit shocking for some people, but I had to really start paying attention to the leave-in conditioners and the styling products that I was using. While my regimen in its current form as far as hair products goes heavily relies on all natural products that I make in my kitchen to apply to my hair, don't get me wrong, there are times where I don't have time to make something, or something has run out, or I just don't feel like getting into that, and I use a store-bought product. In using store-bought products, you have to pay attention to the ingredients label. This is something that I used to swear by myself, that I wasn't gonna become that type of natural that was paying attention to every ingredient. It's not that deep. I don't live for my hair, all of this stuff. But as I started caring more about my hair and putting so much effort into growing it, into making sure that it's healthy, I was like, over me dead body, would I let like a leave-in conditioner or anything swoop into my hair regimen and jack up my hair, my protein sensitive hair? So the ingredients that I really started looking for was hydrolyzed protein. That is something that you really have to read that back label for, because in my experience, it is not one of the top ingredients that is advertised on the label of any product. It's like in the second to last row, so you really have to read for that. I also stay away from products that have keratin in them as well, silk, and those are just to name a few. Just want to pop in a quick gem before we get to the next tip. Being protein sensitive does not mean no protein at all, and this is something that I also talked about in my low porosity essentials video, because not only am I protein sensitive, but I'm also low porosity as well. And low porosity naturals by themselves, we really have to watch our intake of protein. So that, coupled with actually being protein sensitive, there's a lot that goes into my thought process when I'm using different things on my hair. With that being said, I do not completely say like no protein in my hair regimen. Doing that would have my hair in a terrible state. Protein helps to fill the gaps in your hair and make sure that your hair strands are strong. It's just that certain forms of protein will strengthen your hair, while that same form of protein will break mine off. Tip number 3, for my protein sensitive hair, my hair started reacting a whole deal better when I started using all natural products, and when I started looking for more natural alternatives to forms of protein for my hair, it started going well for me. So of course, I always provide the disclosure. While applying something like avocado to your hair does great with conditioning the hair, moisturizing, and getting some of those properties, please understand that if you were to actually orally consume the avocado, meaning if you just ate it, your hair would do better than if you were just like, oh, I'm just applying it to my hair. But as far as natural products go, I create my own protein conditioner at home. The primary ingredient is avocado. I also include coconut, a lot of different things that people try on their hair. As far as applying egg goes, I can't put egg on my hair. It's more of just like a preference thing. And of course, I'm definitely going to link some videos that I have on my channel below where I detail how I either make a protein treatment or a protein conditioner. Things that I have found is mixing products that may be like too strong for my hair has worked well for my protein sensitive hair. So I'll let that make sense. Give me 1 second. So I reviewed this product on my channel before. It's the Rosemary Mint Strengthening Hair Mask by Mayel Organics, and it is personally too strong for my hair, so I tend to stay away from this, just like using it on its own. But because this was a great gift and I don't like wasting altogether, I started experimenting with how I can make this work for my hair. So what I elected to do, and there's barely anything left in here, I also have this natural deep conditioner by Eden Body Works. It's from their jojoba line, and I paired these two things together when I went to provide more of a strengthening effect to my hair without going the full length of a protein conditioner. So you guys get, there's a lot of levels to this. You have to make your hair regimen work for you. A protein conditioner, I do that more in a regular schedule of every month, but let's say I'm going through the month and I'm like, okay, my hair needs a little kick during the month, then I'm going to pair these two things together. As far as it relates to being protein sensitive, I alternate between deep conditioners and hair masks that have like a strengthening property to them or something, whether that be the combo that I just shared with you guys here, or I'm making something in the kitchen that has some strengthening effects to it but also has moisturizing effects as well. I'm very strict about that because while just deep conditioning every week is something that a lot of people like to swear by, there is a such thing as a moisture overload. I do not want my hair to get to that point. I've had to overcome that point, and I also do not want my hair to get to the point where I'm not deep conditioning and my hair's dry and it's just not thriving in the best way that it can. So honestly, the way that I combat this is just alternating between deep conditioning and doing a deep conditioner with some type of a strengthen-esque feel to it. It just works really well for me. It keeps my hair full and makes sure that my hair strands are in place and make sure that there's never an imbalance with way more moisture than there is protein or strengthening. I always bucket protein and strengthening together, so I'm like referring to those same things in one. I'm trying to break apart my terminology to make everything clear. I always make sure to balance it. You have to balance it, my people. Even if you want some tips on what a good protein treatment is, I actually can share that with you guys right now. I use the TGIN Miracle Repair Curl Protein Reconstructor a few months ago when my hair was breaking pretty badly because I had fallen off my hair regimen. It just really wasn't like a super top priority, and my hair got in a pretty bad place. So that is when I incorporated this TGIN product into my regimen, and I was able to see a difference. I would genuinely say after 2 months, because I was doing this in addition to doing green tea hair rinses with regular conditioning and things of that nature, and after 2 months my hair was able to get in a good place. I was not dealing with extreme amounts of breakage throughout the entire 2 months. It's that the breakage was slowly decreasing as time was progressing, and when I hit the 2-month mark, I genuinely felt like all breakage had ceased altogether. It's a learning process. You learn from it, you live from it. I will survive. Hey, hey, my lily pops. See you in the next one. Pop off. Oh, and just in case you're wondering, yes, the next one will most likely actually be a DIY. I know it's been a minute, but I've been leaving my hair alone, guys. Come on now. I can't fake the funk just for the video. I gotta leave my hair alone sometimes.